of chest hair that I have sadly lost most of it. Or the Snow White hair I do still have left. Nothing like finding out you're old as shit by finding white hairs everywhere. By the way, I found 4 white hairs in my beard. I'm just gonna make that clear this morning, so maybe I'm getting old. I don't know.
Maybe you are in your late 30s. You just didn't know.
I'm definitely not. I can confirm I am only 28 years old.
What if that kid saying that actually impacted your hair?
No, if anything,
shook your psyche to instantly start changing your hair.
If anything, it's my fucking job.
Maybe I am this old.
No, if anything, it's my damn job that's causing me to get white hair. Fucking the stress from it killing me.
I didn't think stress causes white hairs. I thought it just caused hair loss.
Stress can cause you to go gray, which for redheads is
white. It depends on genetics.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Also,
either or both. Or none.
Everyone in my family has gone either gray or Snow White by 20 years old. I'm the only person so far to have kept my hair the somewhat same color.
Maybe because are they all redheads too?
No, I'm the one of. Oh no, the only person who still has their hair color is my grandmother, who's still redhead. But you can still see the white streaks throughout her hair. So
yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, I think, well, fully it takes a lot longer for gingers to go Snow White, because we don't go gray, we go full on, like, Gandalf the White looking. When I'm old, I'm going to actually be able to cosplay, for once. A character that probably no one in the histories will, or in the world will know at that point.
I'm pretty sure everyone's going to remember Gandalf.
Grumpy, do you know who Gandalf is?
Who's Gandalf?
No. I'm asking because you're the closest thing we have to a young person in the group.
Man. What's that from? Lord of the Rings, perhaps?
Man. Grumpy's a zoomer.
Lord of the Neck.
Yes, I know where Gandalf is from.
Okay, what was that, Cheston?
And Dumbledore.
I said Lord of the Necklaces, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Lord of the Flies?
No.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, that one.
Oh god, I can't wait till I finally ban that book. Hi, people! So, for those watching the stream, first off, the reason why I am not on camera is because I'm shirtless currently. Because it is currently 97 degrees in my apartment. It went up 2.5 degrees.
Free the boobies!
You see, this is what we call in Florida just subpar air conditioning.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an 8,000 BTU unit, and it's still not strong enough to keep up. My bedroom's cool, but, like, the rest of the apartment is not. So, unfortunately, because of that, I'm staying shirtless, and to spare most of the people, and I didn't feel like doing a stream in a bikini, here we are.
No money.
The thought about it, if there was money involved, I might have, because fuck. But yeah. So, we, last week didn't have a session, because I was on vacation, so we are back with Monsters Monday after, 2-week break? I think it was? Yeah, roughly.
I think it was just one.
I can't remember. I'd have to look back at the
we went this 1 week.
Yeah, we'll look. I'll look later. But anyways, so yes, last time we left off, the party had managed to, escape Ketz, the capital of the Tiefling lands, just in time before something major was about to happen. The party also learned off-screen, which I will state now because, it really doesn't matter, that even if they had managed to kill the CR-15 monster, and that's a pretty big if because they were struggling pretty hard with CR-7 monster, the party placing the dynamite would have done nothing because the walls were being reinforced in the background by Tikva Silversong for those peasants who couldn't fight, without Tikva even knowing that there were tunnels underneath the walls. This was just a general thing that they requested. Because of this, the party, still escaping and heading towards the Red Orc lands, they landed in the city. Let me find the name. For some reason,
the Claw, the War Claw, or whatever.
No,
because I know we were in the Storming Empire.
Yes, you were.
It was on a map, and we picked a place, so we landed.
Yes,
there were 2 cities, and it was the one at the bottom.
Yeah,
that is correct. I am trying to find my map where I had all my cities listed, but for some interesting reason,
it was the Claws of War.
Yeah, Claws of War.
Here it is. Okay, yes. I found it on my geographical map. For some reason, I didn't write that down on the main map. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so the party had managed to travel to the Claws of War, heading from Ketz, and decided to, at that point, after a little bit of exploration and item purchasing, the party settled down for the night at the inn that runs. That's a unique one to say. And after spending the night having their items delivered to their inn, the party awakens in the silenced inn itself with absolutely no sound around you lot. I believe it was 2 bedrooms, if I remember correctly, that you guys had purchased.
Yeah.
But apparently
we took
everyone
2
stayed in our
bedrooms, but I
room.
stayed in the big one.
Yeah, you
because
guys all stayed together, basically.
Because Dermar said that Bastion was about to get assassinated or something.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
And I needed to sleep, and Take Trick wanted to cuddle up for some
Did
reason.
not. I sat on the bed.
Tick Trick.
Yeah,
I
who
didn't
needs
say
to? I'm
cuddle
trying to
next to you.
sleep.
So Tick Trick, being a fan of the Red Orc, famous sport of the Struggle Snuggle, still stays victorious as our main local champion. To Duramar's sadness.
I just wanted to
Blue would have
sleep.
just sat up in the corner of the room.
Yep. And with Centauri, as he's now known as, having curled up in his little cat bed and just passing out, or well, just sitting there. The party, however, having come awoken, items being found in a little box that comes through a little hatch in the wall that suddenly, or in the wall that suddenly appears. The daggers that you ordered, as well as, and I'm trying to remember, I don't think there was anything else. And the amulet showing up, I believe. Oh, you already had the amulet. I just forgot to mention
The
it.
amulet, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I requested books, but I assume I just have to go there and read
You
them.
did
'cause I
request
never
the
read-
books at the library. If I remember correctly, those were about the the Orc gods. And yes, they had not shown up, and now I find it in my notes as I'm scrolling through. So yeah, are you eating chips?
Not anymore.
This man bitched for an hour about being fat. Just remember that, everyone.
Hey man, fat guys are allowed to bitch about being fat.
Not if you're not doing anything about it. God damn it, go to the gym.
I wanted my crab
I'm about to live like an hour away from a gym, so
Oh man, you're gonna have no excuse.
You
Alright.
gotta run there, do your workout,
An
and then
hour,
run
an hour walk.
Huh? Yeah, an hour-long walk, man. There you go. Make sure you do it on a day that's like 80 degrees. You want to get that. You want to get your cardio in ahead of time, and then when you get in the gym, man, the workout's gonna go easy because nothing's gonna be as difficult as the walk home. All right, though. As you lot wake up, though, finding the items, the 2 daggers in the box, a note is left stating that the books are awaiting you at the library at Duramar, and
Nice.
food is left outside your door without you having to order. As you can smell it.
Nice.
Food.
What would you like to do?
Eat.
Okay, well... So, Durham, are you just gonna walk up to the door and eat the door? Like,
Eat. Consume all.
Alright, I want
Reading
you
it
go
or-
ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Winter.
We'll see. Oh boy.
Nope.
Okay. That may or may not have been a natural 1. So 4.
Yeah, you take 10 points of piercing damage as you get a bunch of splinters in your tongue as you go to bite on the door.
I attempt to eat the door a little better
Man,
than he
that
did.
food's got a lot of wood in it.
Tickdrick, you want to be the termite you were always destined to be? Sure, go ahead and give me a
Yes.
con check. Or con saving throw.
saving
You
throw.
shouldn't be following what I'm doing. You don't have to pay for that door, do you?
God damn it! It almost rolled a 20.
You
That would've been
take
good.
15
But it's not a
points
natural.
of piercing
Not natural.
damage.
How many?
15.
You gotta leave the object getting to the slime who can
Guys,
actually-
Raz did us a favor by allowing us to talk in here. Can we please not destroy the place?
Well, this
I
place is
read that
destroying
off
us,
your
so-
notepad.
No, he removed the spell in the room, remember?
It's a
Mhm.
switch. We can switch up and down.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't actually intend on eating the door, but I want to eat the food.
Okay.
At least a portion of the food.
You can't eat all of it? That's pretty rude.
That's not good for me. I'm not touching it. That doesn't do anything for me.
Mm.
I
Okay.
can't eat, so.
So after
I'll expect some
about
food.
10 minutes of Duramar staring at the door, contemplating food, assumedly he eventually decides to open it, and grabs the plate. As you pull it in, you see some sort of mystery meat on there. A greenish coloring with a strange bluish gravy topped on, put on it. The centers of each of the slabs of meat have a little bone in them, obviously showing that this is some sort of either spine or maybe tailbone. And a couple of local assorted fruits and vegetables set aside for as well. The plate is rather large. You guessed it'd probably feed about 4 people on average, which in America means you'd feed the average American. And yeah, the food tastes delicious. It's well prepared. You taste a hint of a strange, almost raspberry-like thickness to the gravy, and the meat comes out very sweet when you bite into it, with a slight saltiness to it.
Are Thracrines carnivores, or are they omnivores, or what are they?
Omnivores.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a prefer of meat. You all eat literally your own kind, so as long as they ain't part of your hive, traditionally. So live meat works, dead meat works. It's the race is generally considered scavengers.
Okay. I'll eat some food too then.
All right. So as the two of you start chowing down, the door, assumedly shutting the door behind you. No, as I was stating. Tictric, do you want another chance at eating the door? Would you like a shot?
I'm tempted,
do
but
it.
no.
All right, how much more HP do you got?
A few points.
And he's learning. All right. So yeah, after finishing up eating, still mid-morning. What would you all like to do?
I guess. Well, I need to go to the library to read the books that I've asked for.
Okay.
Well, they let the capital know we were going to be coming via airship, so why don't we stop by the library so you can get what you need, and then we'll make our way there.
Yeah, shouldn't be an issue.
Is this a library place for books? Is that what a library is?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I've never been to one before.
Don't eat any of the books.
Why would I eat? That's not food.
You just try to eat a door. Granted, I did too.
I was
for some
following
reason.
your lead.
Listen, do as I say, not as I do.
I didn't know doors were nutritious. Hmm.
I mean, have you ever eaten tree bark? I had to.
What tree bark?
I think it's a door, but rougher.
Thanks, DM.
Listen, hey, I'm here to provide my own commentary in the background where no one can see it. Okay, so as Duramar leaves it at the fact that he has eaten tree bark before, we can put that in the canon. I assume you lot are heading out to head to the library altogether.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so as you guys get up, opening up the door, you see that the place is still absolutely silent. The silent spell immediately takes effect. As you head down, not even the walls or the floorboards creak as you walk on them. As you come to the bottom floor, you see Rand sitting there talking to someone, holding what looks to be a glass of ice water, and having a lovely conversation. As you look over, the person looks to be a almost dog-looking like humanoid, coming off more as a border collie look for a moment. And they seem to be having a pleasant chat with Rands as they're sitting there and talking. Rand's kind of seeing you lot heading out, or just kind of waves, and then goes back to his conversation.
I'll nod my head towards him.
Okay.
I'm also going to, kind of eye the dog out of the corner of my eye on the way out.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Maybe you can break the natural 1 today.
It's a 5.
Wow, you guys are really,
Wow.
I've got the perfect
I-
encounter for you.
I can try to break the low rolls if you want.
Would you like a chance at a perception check to see if you recognize who this person is?
With my limited knowledge, I'd like to do a perception check.
You know what? Go ahead.
Can I do
We'll
better?
say I am a +0 wisdom.
I can do a little bit better, not by a lot.
I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
boys.
I would like to give it a shot as well.
You all are gonna die today. I'm not gonna lie. I've got one small thing set up, and I'm a little concerned now.
Believe in me.
Hold on. Let me get that roll. Let me
I have-
perception roll.
If you
Oh,
get a
boy.
good,
Blind or something. I think we're just
this,
blind.
this
I'll
ain't
be
a
honest.
good day. This
Guys,
is not
you know
a
what?
good day.
I got
Let's let the bug
a
try.
19 earlier.
Can I try?
Sure, why not, Tick Trick?
Perception.
The whole party, as they see Bastion kind of look, just suddenly turn their heads. And
Oh my lord!
Oh, there we go.
We did it.
Uh,
The bug saw at the dog.
All right, so going in order from the lowest to the highest, Bastion and Durmar. It's a dog person. You know, at this point, you're not surprised by much, to be honest. This could be a null. This could be a hairless null. You're not sure.
Been around. Nothing special.
Centauri. It looks like a dog. I mean, you've seen dogs. It looks like a dog sitting at a bar. You've never seen that before.
Oh, I care, but I'm a cat. Stare down.
Yep. And you can see that it's drinking some sort of brown liquid in its cup. Tick Trick, you immediately recognize that dog, whatever it is, whether it's... You're not as familiar with anything outside of the gnolls. You know what a gnoll is. It looks like a gnoll, but maybe a little less hairy. But you do recognize that that's definitely some sort of poison it's drinking. Which,
Poison?
yes, to your people, alcohol would be considered poison.
Oh.
So you definitely recognize that. That's some sort of you can smell the alcohol. It's something strong, or you get the nice aroma of this woody barreled smell, and the very disgusting aroma to you of alcohol on the air.
Man. Can't believe people would drink poison.
Hey man, you know rogues got to get their poison resistance though. But yeah, so as you lot kind of walk out with the not at all sly look at this person, as you all just kind of turn in that situation where you tell your best friend that someone's looking at them and they turn immediately to stare at them.
Now.
Yeah. As you lot head out, you hear the last comment from the dog person going, "What the fuck?"
How could we hear a notepad?
Meow.
You did hear the person speak.
Oh.
But good call on that, though. Yeah. No. So yeah, as you meow, Centauri, and as you lot head out, Durmar leading the party towards the library he had found. About a half an hour or so passes as you walk through the city as it's kind of waking up. You know, people. You see a couple of salesmen merchants setting up shops, little pop-up shops here and there. A couple of inns offering samples of breakfast items that they have walking around. You do see as you walk by a really well popular business. It seems to have a line up the door. As you look, it's a restaurant and it's called the Scrofe All You Can Eat. And you can see a challenge above on one of the little plaques as you're walking by that clearly states, if you can eat more than the local Scrofe that works here, you get your meal free.
Well, how much does it cost?
Okay.
As you look down, as you kind of get closer and walk over, you can see that the little slower text says it costs 200 gold pieces to participate.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Not that hungry.
Do you guys know what a strophe is?
It's
Or
not
is it on the
important.
side?
Unimportant.
As you say,
Unimportant, okay.
as you say this, Tick Trick, you see a big, hairy-looking hog person look over in your direction and start yelling at you in Giant.
I'm just gonna be really confused and start walking away.
They start walking towards you. You're seeing they're almost 15 feet tall and very wide.
I'm gonna run behind Bastion.
The Scrofe walks up
Oh, no,
to, up
no,
to
no,
Bastion,
no.
dwarfing Bastion, and looks down at him and continues to yell in Giant. Do you speak Giant, Bastion?
I do not.
It's a weird.
I would say not many people in the group speak. I don't think anybody speaks Giant in this group.
My only person who took that was Kurgan.
Yeah.
What's this big boar person doing here?
It continues to yell and point at Tiktrick.
Am I doing something wrong,
I,
guys?
I'm going to just attempt and look at him and be like, "Do you speak Orcish by chance?"
You think, and he starts speaking in Orcish, you think you can call, on my proud people, I will eat your insect for breakfast. You damn
We didn't.
oversized tin can of a latrine.
We didn't make any comments. He asked what your people were. He's never seen them.
He doesn't know what my people are. You, the proud Scrofate, the leaders of Dragon, the ones who took charge in Dragon's Gate, are not the sole reason for Cyrus Galadron's success.
Are they so
Or
angry?
he was born in a cave.
I couldn't care less if he was born in a cave. I have seen bugs bigger than him and shot them out.
In proper cat fashion, I'd like to walk around.
We'll be on
Man,
our way. So
I don't understand what these people are saying at all.
it'll leave you alone.
He looks at you and says, "You're not going anywhere until I have my justice.
no.
We're gonna have this out."
Bastion, what's happening?
He's mad because you didn't know who his people were.
Oh, is that a Scrofe?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You disrespectful! As he starts shoving Bastion. Bastion, make a strength saving throw to see if you get pushed.
That is a dirty 20.
Shit, there's our good roll.
Those are good rolls.
Well, that's a natural 20, and that's a
Oh.
25. He shoves you aside and gets right in, bends down and gets right in Tiktrick's face and starts yelling at him in Orcish.
Pull out of the knife.
He looks over at Bastion and goes, "This man pulls a knife. I will gut you all and turn you into a fancy piece of armor."
Why are you so upset?
You disrespect my people. Do you not understand the majesty that are the Scrofe? We single-handedly are the reason that the flippin' Dragon's Gate was taken and the gods were defeated.
I'd like to bark.
I'd like to insight that
You can insight that
can't.
if you'd like.
because I don't.
Oh, yeah, you don't know
You
the
can't
animal.
understand.
Oh yeah, you
him,
don't
so-
understand Orcish.
Oh,
so-
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I guess all I see is very malice. Do I even
Yelling and grunting.
can I sense if he's truly malicious and going to attack?
Oh, he's not armed. You don't see any weapons on him. He's just standing, and actually, to all of you, he looks like he's naked. He's just covered in fur.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Okay.
I was like, you know what he's saying.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna look over at Titrick and be like, "Hey man, put the knife away. We're not trying to get some wanted."
I don't know if they're gonna hurt me or not, man.
So, since I'm proficient in insight, I get the +2 on top of it,
Yes, correct.
right? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, it was only a 6.
You're. Shit.
God.
Well, he rolled a natural 1, and he has
Oh.
a -1 to persuade to his
Zero.
charisma. So from his point of view, he's definitely telling the truth. Historically, that's a different matter. But you didn't roll a history check; you rolled an insight. He thinks he's telling the truth.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair.
He also, with
you-
that, generally it seems like he might have been involved in the situation.
Start backing up away
Have
from
you by
this
chance
angry
read any
Scrofe.
of the history books in the library?
You know, sir, do I look like I flippin' read? I'm here to to squash this damn bug, and you're asking me if I got one of them edumacation things.
I'd like to point at the Scrofe and look at Bastion and say, strong? Like,
Oh no, no!
And looks down at the cat, and you've got a talking cat that's annoying. Do we have a problem here?
Bastion, are they gonna fight us or not?
Is he yelling at me now?
No, he's
I-
looking
I'm-
at Bastion still.
I'm gonna step up towards him and be like, "Only if you want to have one."
He stands up to his full 15-foot height and says, "A tin can's gonna stop me."
I'd like to slowly grow bigger.
Oh,
What are you growing into?
Oh, just a bigger cat.
What kind, are you still sticking with the black cat with the green eyes?
Black cat. Well, you said way earlier his eyes turned red to something I ate.
Yes, but I'm asking if you were changing the color of it.
No.
Okay.
Black cat on his nose.
How big are you trying to grow to?
I know my size limit is around 8 feet from what.
Correct.
So like 6 feet in length.
Yeah. As you start to grow, he looks down and goes, "Oh, good, you're one of them druid fellas, the guys with the sticks. I'm not messing with flipping magic casters. Y'all don't even fight fair with that stupid weak strength you have." As he turns,
I'll pull out all three of my weapons too.
Oh god.
As he turns and kind of doesn't notice the Tigrick pulling his
Okay.
weapons, he walks away, giving the bird as he goes back to get in line. And you see as someone is telling him that he can't get back in his place, and he just starts yelling at them in Orcish.
I don't like the Scrofe.
I guess I'll shrink back down and be like, I do good?
You did good, son. He did good.
Yeah!
All right.
Scrofe are mean. I put away my weapons.
So all of you can just see Bastion is like seething, and obviously the way that you can tell is different than normal, where his eyes are kind of like glowing a dark red, and there almost looks like a smoke kind of thing, kind of hazing out of them.
I was
I
about
know
to
he's
light that
angry,
man on
or I
fire.
have to like roll for that
No, that's his whole
because
thing.
I don't really know Warforged.
That is not normal for Warforged. I can confirm that. None of you would know that, though. Yeah, as you start to get... you see that the Scrofe just doesn't even acknowledge you anymore, Bastion, as he's over back in line yelling at some poor, small orc.
I think we should just head over to the library. We should get out of here
We should keep moving.
before we become criminals.
Yep.
Alright. As you lot start heading up towards the library again, continuing on, a couple people say hi, and some merchants try to catch your attention with bits and bobs. Nothing real fancy or valuable of any sort. But eventually, as you lot finally manage to get to or come up to the large library, a young orcish gentleman comes up, looking a little different. This one being of green skin, so Durmar, this isn't the same kid you saw last time. And he kind of comes out from behind the desk and goes, "Oh, travelers, do you speak common?" As he's speaking fully in common.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
I apologize. It's been a rough day. We've had an entire migration of Scrofe raiders that are heading over to the Holy Dwarven Empire later in the month, I guess. So we've had a lot of angry customers come in, and it's really a lot. They really take offense if you don't speak Giant.
Yeah, they're very mean.
He nods and goes, "Yeah, we had one eat a book earlier."
Yeah, I had a problem with one outside a moment
Disrespectful.
ago.
He looks at Bastion and goes, "Well, I recommend not bothering with any of them because they're under the king's protection currently. Also, the fact is, they don't fight fair. You find one of them, you're going to find four of them at least. The bastards hang out in herds." Poor Ralph in the back got roughed up pretty good when he tried to take the book from the frickin' Scrofe. Apparently, the Scrofe said if he ate the book, he'd learn. We tried to explain that's not how it works.
Is that true?
No.
No, no, it isn't.
Aww.
Thank God he was eating something in the fictional section about what was it? He looks back. Oh yes.
Shades of Purple?
No. He smiles and kind of giggles at that. He goes, "No, it was how to clean and maintain your weapons. He thought if he ate the book, he'd suddenly learn." Which really makes me wonder what their weapons look like. But thankfully, they're not allowed to carry within the city. It turns out Scrofe are very angry people when they are preparing for a raid. But he looks and he goes, "But anyways, that's regardless. May I help you? I'm sorry."
I placed an order for some books yesterday to read. My name is Duramar.
Duramar. And what were the books on?
Just about the orc gods.
Ah, you're the young philosophical scholar that we got told about. Ah, yes. Yes, we have.
Young, oh you.
And he looks at you and goes, "Well, you look like you're like maybe early adulthood for a Dragonborn. You're kind of small, no offense. Like I don't know your personal, but you're just being that Dragonborn get bigger as they get older."
You are short.
I don't look a day over 2,000 then.
He looks at you and goes, "Ah, delusional. Um, you asked for orc gods. I've got a bunch for you. Yeah." And he starts piling up a bunch of books that are just like dust wafting off them. And he goes, "One for each of the gods."
Great. Is it possible to check them out and then bring them to the other library in the capital, or do they have to stay here?
You should be able to take them to the capital. The capital library should not have no problem. Just let them know that you borrowed them from the city here, and they'll have them sent back.
All right, great.
Mr. Orc Person, do you have any cool books?
We do have a book on ice. If you're interested in learning ice making.
Ice?
You said
Ice
cool.
making.
Oh, giant language.
Giant?
Yeah, the
Right.
giant language would be nice.
Oh, you wish to
That
learn?
sounds cool.
Well, it's not. There's not much about ice or cold in it, but I should be able to find something as he starts digging around in a pile of books that have been returned recently. Giant for newbies. Giants for orcs. Giant for Scrofe. No, Lord.
I'd like to jump and say new.
A newbie one for
Oh,
the
okay.
learning giant.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, okay, I understand now." And he pulls it out and says, "Yeah, sure. This should."
Oh, a cat.
Great. And
is, yeah.
just in case I need to decipher things upon reading about the orc gods, or just need to talk to an orc later on, do you have also another language book on the orcish language?
I have no books on the Orcish language here currently, but you might be able to find some at the capital pretty easily.
All right. Great. Thank you for your help.
I had turned my head, look towards Darmar and Orcish. I'm like, you idiot, I can speak it.
I was thinking that.
And
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand what you're saying,
Okay,
but
he could teach you.
No, that's the point. The librarian got a kick out of it.
Yeah, the librarian kind of looks at you and kind of looks back at Dermor and goes, he says you could learn Orcish very easily and you're very handsome.
I know.
That's not what I
Can I
said.
inside check Bastion?
Thank you, Bastion. I really appreciate it, brother, but I don't swing that way.
Very open. That's not what I said.
If you need anything else
Oh, can I have that cool book you said?
on ice making, sure. As he pulls it out. Now I recommend you use this if without magic. Magic screws up the formula. Please do not make an ice golem. We've explained this 4 times that the recipe in there is incomplete and will just create a blizzard that will freeze you.
Those are all new words. Okay.
Blizzard, big ice, lots of it. You freeze.
He's
you
already walked
die.
away.
Oh,
Now that's intriguing.
It's like staring at the book, walking away.
Yes.
The orc
It's a cool
librarian
book.
just looks at the rest of the party with his hand on his head and goes, "I love adventures."
He's new.
Thank you, nice person.
He nods and goes, "If you ever need anything, feel free to come back."
Sorry, that's
no
an
problem.
orc person, not person.
You hear just a thud as the guy slams his head into the desk at hearing Tick-Trick say that.
I'm
Is he
sorry
okay?
for their hubris.
100 years of trying to gain the rank of being a welcomed race amongst the champion of Pyrosentient species, and this is how we get treated.
Does that know what you want?
I'm sorry for those two.
You know,
The cat is recently sentient, and Tick-Trick there is
a Thrycreen?
departed. Yeah,
No, I'm
recently
familiar.
departed from his hive.
Funny enough, I actually know a lot about his race. We have an entire book list on it, but I was going to offer it to him, but since he walked off, I guess maybe next time.
You know, I'll take the book, not tell him about it, and read it all about myself.
You know, it's okay. Have a good one. And he turns and goes back to
Alright.
filing paperwork.
Damn.
Before
Yes.
he walks away, as Duramar starts to leave, I'll turn back towards him and I'm like, "Do you have any books about Tales of the Hammer?"
He looks up at you and goes, "Which hammer?"
The Ashen Bastion, is that what they called it?
He looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I have a list of magic items that have been discovered and researched over time." He thinks for a second. He goes, "I think that was studied by a man by the name of a red orc by the name of Kilxius, who studied it."
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yes, we have a book on, and he starts looking through some papers, and he goes, I have a book on it in the capital. It's more commonly found there. I don't think I have any copies here, but I can request it to be sent, ready for you when you arrive."
If you could, I'd appreciate that.
He nods and goes, "Yeah, not a problem. If you have any interest in where to find it, though, I would recommend speaking to one of the local adventuring guilds. They may know."
Thank you.
You know.
I'll keep that in mind.
And he goes back to working on paperwork. You see him writing a few things as some little lines of ink go flying out of the library and off into the distance. All right. So as you lot kind of go walking down the library with Tick Trick looking through his book on how to make ice,
I mean, learned so much.
you're not though.
It's literally just a one page that shows water
How big
plus
is the book?
cold equals ice.
No, there's 7 steps in the book. It's got 14 pages in total because they include pictures for each step.
Ooh, a picture book.
It is a picture book. Yeah, it's meant for children.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
But yeah, so as you lot are...
It's in common, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All of the books are listed in common unless otherwise asked for. Yeah, so as you lot head down the stairs and holding your books, where would you like to go?
Probably to the outskirts of town, I would assume, if we're gonna head over to the capital.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Centauri, there was anything you needed anything in the city, right?
No, I got the book I wanted.
Okay. All right. So as you lot kind of start heading out towards the exit gate that you had originally come through, in a Red Orc guard in what looks to be very simple, like what looks to have once been plate for probably a smaller humanoid, is now basically half the plate is torn and cut down, and pieces are missing, and it's really ruggedy and rusty looking. Comes walking over to you lot, not wearing a helmet and barely being covered, and he looks at you lot and goes, "Business?"
Leaving town.
All right. Have a good one. He turns and walks away.
Alright, see you later.
I do want to let you know
He turns and goes, "Yes."
they already, I believe, let the capital know we will be heading from here to there in an airship. So just be aware that that's us.
Alright, then I should give you a heads up then that there have been dragon sightings on the way to the capital recently, so be careful with your flying patterns.
Wonderful.
And next thing is, mostly a small herd, it looks like. They headed here from what we assume is the Tabaxi lands, but we've only seen the front herds of them, a bunch of wormlings mainly.
Thanks for the heads up.
He nods. Red dragons, by the way, as he walks off. Alright, so as the guards kind of just nod as you guys walk through the gates, opening up the gates for you and letting some few merchants in that are finally coming in as the city's opening up and waking up. It takes you about 10 minutes to get far enough away from the town that you won't have any issues. And as you launch your Zeppelin, it pops out comfortably and fully starts floating off the ground. The plank comes off, and when it opens up, you see on the boat immediately a giant furry creature standing there.
He's still looking at his book, by the way. He's probably read it like 3 times.
Is that the Scrofe from earlier?
As you look on, there's a 15-foot sized Scrofe standing on the thing.
Oh boy.
And he looks down at you lot and goes, "You asked for a tour guide, right? Oh shit!" As he notices Bastion.
Oh, it's the angry Scrofair person again.
Yeah, you see the brown fur showing. Now he's in full plate. He's got a large greatsword on his back, and he looks on at you lot and goes, "Ah, shit."
They're not naked anymore.
I'd like to look at Durmar and be like, Show book. It's trying to learn language.
What?
He-
Say that again, son.
Show book. Trying to learn deep language.
I don't know.
Show book.
Show book.
Scruffy immediately switches over to Common and goes, "Please tell me this isn't your boat."
It
I
is.
think that's my boat.
As his head slinks and goes,
Sorry, man.
"You hired a guide?
Did we hire a guide?
Did you hire a
I didn't
guide?"
hire anything.
I don't
Who'd you get? Who paid you?
He pulls out. He kind of like shuffles around in a little bag of holding, pulls out a piece of paper, and goes, Tikva Silversong. Oh,
Wait a minute.
wrong boat. And he rolls it up and goes, "Sorry," and he gets off and goes. He hands as he's walking by Bastion. He hands him 10 gold pieces and says, "For the troubles," and continues on his way.
I'm going to somewhat threateningly yell out as he's walking away, "You better run faster."
He turns, looks at you, and goes, "Was that a threat?"
No.
No.
And he goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought," as he starts walking off.
Did we learn about this Tikva
The only person
at
who's...
some point, or is it just Bastion?
Durmar and
No.
Centauri know that, of Tikva. They didn't... Bastion, I don't think, ever told anybody why he was so obsessed about with that war.
No, that's the person's wall we were just trying to correct.
But yeah, none of y'all would... I mean, besides Bastion, I mean, none of y'all would have known that she was there, so... but anyways, yeah, so... He kind of walks towards the city, and you see as the city, suddenly a strange blue light and a bunch of robed figures start walking up onto the walls. Well, at least the portion of the walls you guys can see. And suddenly a massive blue light kind of envelops the city. And you hear off in the distance in Orcish, the Scrowfay from earlier go, "I just wanted to get in the city!" And it goes absolutely silent.
They are really angry.
That one was. That one has a backstory, though, for a reason. Alright.
Christ.
Well, now all Scruffy are angry. From Tiktrik's perspective.
Alright, but as you lot board the ship, getting on board, as the ship starts to kind of lurch up, I assume, Bastion, are you heading straight towards the capital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably trying to take the shortest route, knowing that there are dragons in the
Okay.
vicinity somewhere.
Yeah, it'll still take you roughly about a day's journey, at most, to get there. It depends on the winds and if you spot anything. But as you start going up, to narrate a little bit, so Tiktrik, as you're reading through your book, the 7-step process is, you get water, and then you put it in a cup. And step 3 is you put it in this little wooden box, and then you put an ice cube on the wooden box. And then you wait a certain amount of time as it shows a little clock with like spinning, and then you open the little wooden box, and then you pull out the cup, and it's a frozen solid piece of ice. And then on the last page, it reads about a magic circle you can design that will cause a massive blizzard, or an ice golem of almost the size of a city.
I
I'm
like
going to recreate this.
I'm
I'm going to follow this 7-step thing while we're doing this day trip.
Okay. So you're gonna start
Attempt to,
reading-
anyway.
Okay. Well, you're gonna attempt.
We have ice.
You're gonna attempt the spell, or are you just gonna try and memorize the spell?
Sure.
Oh god.
Try and memorize the spell.
Oh
Okay,
no.
memorize it. Okay. All right.
I mean, I've read this book several times now, I assume.
Yeah, as you're kind of reading through it and looking at it, I mean, you don't know much about magic, overall, but, it's pretty and it's got an easy design. It looks very familiar to some of the Thri-kreen in the, what would become considered the guard rankings, that would protect the queen herself. So, this looks like the circle they would draw. It's just blue instead of, green or brown.
Okay.
You wouldn't know any different. But yeah, so to the rest of the party, as you guys are heading off on your day journey, Durmar, I assume you're reading one of your books?
I assume so. Yeah, I'm just trying to get as much information as possible.
Alright, which book would you like to read? You have a book on Giant, let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books on 13 different gods.
How long are the books on each god?
Around 600 pages apiece.
Fuck. You know what? Giant is not exactly the important thing on my list of to-dos right now.
The Giant book is only 100 pages long.
You know what? Let's learn a language.
Story time. You do story time with the book.
100 pages is nothing if it's like a day.
Yeah, that's true. I can tell you I read whole books while I had 24 hours with nothing to do. I won't tell you why I had 24 hours with nothing to do when I was younger. That doesn't matter to the context. But, alright, okay. And then, Bastion, what about yourself? Anything you want to do in particular? Besides calming down not to go and, genocide Scrofe?
With this amulet, do I know if I needed to see that paladin before I could do anything with it? Or can I go ahead and try to attune?
So, with the item, give me a minute, let me pull it up.
It says dormant, so that's I didn't know.
Yes. Give me one sec to pull it up. Yeah, you can theoretically try and attune to it without, anything. The only precursor is that you have to be a worshipper of, Ashmar himself. That's really it. So, yeah, theoretically you can attempt to attune to it during the time while you're on the ship. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a moment then. Centauri,
Yeah.
what are you gonna get up to?
Story time. I'm gonna try and learn Giant.
To do that when it's gonna be on story
we will
time.
be on this path together, son.
I was gonna say, Tiktrick, are you gonna go and join Centauri for story time?
I'll take a break from my book for a few minutes for story time.
In return, I want to read that nice ice spell.
Oh no.
You want my cool book?
It literally on the front cover says the coolest of books, and it's a picture of an ice cube melting.
Oh no, it's my book.
Oh, this is also me and my son's book.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so as you go ahead and start sitting down to story time, Duramar, Centauri, and Tiktrick all give me intelligence checks for the Giant to see what you get.
Intelligence checks.
Yes, so an intelligence check each.
Okay.
That is a 13.
9. Looks like I'm not learning anything today.
21. A natural 20.
Wow, that is so.
So, Duramar and Centauri manage to... Centauri, you get a basic understanding of the language. You can't speak it, but you can understand it. For Tiktrick, Giant clicks almost immediately. It's very similar to your own tongue, surprisingly. It's really easy to understand, and the runes, you've seen these before. You've read most of the alphabet before, because, your people existed at that time. You still have artifacts and stuff from that age, back in your homeland. So, yeah, Giant picks up real quick. Duramar?
Yeah.
The runes make some magical sense, but what they read doesn't really click. Sadly for you, my man. You also said you wanted to look at Tiktrick's ice book, correct?
Yes, I was definitely curious to hear about when the teller said there was something about an ice spell with blizzards or golems.
Okay, go ahead and give me an Arcana check to see if you can figure out the spell.
Yeah, did I actually memorize it? Or
Well,
is it
that's a
just,
23.
So Tiktrick, yes, you have memorized it. You can't cast it though. You realize you don't have any you have no mana running through your body.
I'm on a mana. I can do things.
Yeah, Duramar, as you start reading through it, this magic circle, you've seen this before. This was a very common Snow Dwarf spell, but it's completely backwards. Whoever designed the spell by accident copied it literally in the opposite way. As you flip it over, it makes more sense. And you learn the spell Instant Snowball, which I will add later to your character sheet. And
All
great.
right, cool.
It is legitimately just a spell that lets you make a snowball and fling it at someone for 1 point of damage.
I mean, why
Nice.
not? Why not?
If anything,
already-
you smack him in the
already
face
have-
with it, and it pisses him off.
I already have like Snowlock snowball storm, so that this is just adding on to my snow capacity.
Uh-huh.
You're meant to be an ice wizard. There it is.
There you go. All right.
I have so much.
You can also entertain the masses with snow cones.
There you go.
That's how we. Is that like a cantrip or like a first level
It will
spell?
be a cantrip.
All right.
But I'll add it later to your character sheet because I haven't made the spell yet.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, and then Bastion. All right, so you said you wanted to start attuning to this item. I assume
Yes.
you're going to go into the captain's quarters and kind of find a place to sit down and start focusing on the necklace.
Yep.
As you start to focus, you find yourself suddenly standing, like everything kind of goes blurry and dark for a moment, and suddenly you find yourself standing once again inside that rockworm tunnel that you remember when you passed away. When everything went dark last. And you see your party mates as they are slowly melting and their bodies are dissolving before your eyes, as you aren't dissolving this time. You are fully standing, and you hear the voice of Ashimar in the background that you recognize this voice. You've heard this voice before at some point. Go, "My son, once more you come to me." And yet, again, you still face all the damage dealt and nothing done.
Been working on taking them out. Then I look towards where Tikva would be burning there.
You see the body dissolving in the stomach acid. And you can hear the laughing of the tieflings above you looking down into the room. Each of them carrying their little trinkets. Let me find that, actually. Oh no, I have to look up lore. As you look, you see for a moment as each of the tieflings look to be slightly different from Tikva. Coming in with strange, like almost bone-like armor all over their bodies. Each of them seems to wear a bone mask, almost like a humanoid skull over their face. And you can definitely tell the bones were burnt. And you recognize this. This is one of the known organizations of the world, the Burnt Bones itself. And for a moment, Ashimar just kind of waits, and then again speaks from behind you. You seek vengeance on the wrong ones for now. Focus on easier targets. Prove your worth. Then strike and make a difference in the world.
What are you thinking?
Gone is your next target. A paladin at that strength is not a good fight for you. You are not ready. I recommend hunting down the organization that caused it. Start with the Burnt Bones and Crimson Talon. Find their previous members. Kill them. Learn more. Maybe you'll find the answers you seek. I hear
Yeah.
Greg is but an old man now, hiding somewhere in the Elven lands.
Didn't I see him at some point?
Yeah.
Was that who I saw?
We did.
I thought
We
that.
did. We lost things from him too.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this will,
Yeah,
maybe the book that I found will come in handy.
Yeah.
I'd seen him a while back.
Seek him out, and you will find the answers to your questions. Also, never trust a sentient being that isn't recognized even by the gods. And suddenly, you find yourself fading back to the world the last thing you see before your eyes is a giant herd. Is the only way to describe it, of dragons flying over the entirety of the Red Orc lands, with a massive, what looks to be something of an ancient dragon, or even maybe a great worm, with its size and its fiery presence all around it, flying towards the capital of the Orcish lands that you're in.
We all see this?
No, he's the only. No, you guys don't see this. Is something that Bastion
Oh,
sees
it's
in a
the
vision.
vision sort of thing.
And
I
as
just thought it was funny.
as the vision fades, Bastion, you come back to find yourself in the room with Duramar, Centauri, and Tiktrick reading Giant out loud, and all of them struggling, minus Tiktrick, who seems to be reading it fluently.
Very easy language.
Fuck
we
you.
might be in trouble.
Why you say that?
I just
Okay.
seen dragons flying towards the capital, but not small ones. Maybe an elder dragon, or great worm.
No, I might know the guy. I have a family reunion.
Do you think we could talk to him then?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Depending on who it is. Not all of
Would
my
it look
family are
like
the.
Bastion?
Did you just ask Bastion who does the fucking dragon look like?
Yeah, I did.
Hi, Bastion. Why not? You know, you get a rough appearance. Maybe it could have been on, maybe, Wait a minute, let me find the fucking name of the guy.
Oh god.
He looks like a joke.
It looks like if Ewan McGregor became a dragon, the guy who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi for reference, that's what this guy looks like. What does this dragon look like? There you go. Guy you don't have any idea or context to, Bastion, but you know what? There's your descriptor.
He's got a nice little beard.
Yeah, a little fiery beard coming off, a little, a nice little cloak. He looks like he's very wise, and has a thing for, his apprentice's daughter.
He has a laser sword. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does that sound like the guy you know, Duramar?
Was Bastion saying this out loud?
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah?
repeated that to the best that I could. Obviously, I can't be like, oh, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Oh,
I
yeah,
love that guy.
this one guy, psionic I met a long time ago. He had a glowing sword, kept cutting people in half with it.
Huh.
God damn it.
I mean,
God damn it.
Well, Duramar?
Roll a history
do I have
check.
to- yeah, I was about to say, I'm probably gonna
We're
have to
gonna
roll.
give it a shot.
If you roll really good, maybe you do. know.
Yeah, that's a 23.
Let me find the fucking dragon's name.
At least I know my family.
You know
There you
him.
go.
My kin. I don't know how to read giant though.
Also, did we get a long rest for this one day? I assume.
No, fuck you.
Oh,
Did I attune?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
imagine. Okay.
Unless you were sleeping, that doesn't count as a long rest.
I
Fuck
can't
you.
sleep.
That's right. Fuck you, yes. There you go. Fucking be happy. God damn it. Now I gotta find my fucking dragon name list that I have in here somewhere. I'm gonna make this an evil NPC later.
No. Brother, no.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Let me see. You know what? Yeah, I got one. You know this dragon as Isgora.
Asgora.
Yeah,
As everyone.
in common it translates as the Red Death.
Oh.
He's
Yeah.
known for his fiery temper. But the thing is, well, in history books, you know he's written about as a he. Isagora is actually a woman. It is a female red dragon, and their more common name they go by in their human form is Arogazia Firewind. But they're known pretty well throughout the world. They're one of the only great worms that has never been documented to have actually had an adventurer manage to pierce their scales. And they have a real thing for proving they're stronger than everyone else. There is a story of supposedly this female fire dragon, a red dragon, turning into her human form just to outlift the Goliath leader in a weightlifting contest, just to prove that they were stronger.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan Fire Dragon, her name is Izagora. Yeah, not the best person to have at family reunions, I have to say. But she's alright once you get to know her. She ain't that bad.
Oh, so we can talk to them?
She makes some killer sweet rolls.
I'm gonna call her auntie.
Maybe we should go meet them.
I don't recommend any of you meet her.
Why?
But at the mention of her name, the sudden hear of fire just kind of erupts from the deck as a loud explosion is heard, and fire just blows the windows out on your Zeppelin bastion. Captain quarters explode. Now you got a nice breeze coming through, and you see a female human standing there, an island man with her long, fiery red hair, bright red eyes, and somewhat orangish skin, wearing full leather armor. And looking very, very irritated straight at Duramar.
Hey, cuz! How's it going?
You see,
behind Bastion.
You see as she just glares daggers at you and goes, "Why would you ever speak my name after the last reunion?"
Listen, it's been a while. It slipped my mind a little bit. Bastion over here apparently saw you in a vision, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Izagora. And I'm like, shit, shouldn't have said the name, and I do apologize.
I have a medical degree from the School of Mizna. It is Dr. Izagora now. Secondly, as she walks through the door, not opening it, like literally through it, as it breaks apart in splinters, and she gets right up in Duramar's face, ignoring the rest of you, and goes, yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay.
I don't know, bud.
This is scary.
I do have her character sheet. She goes, "You are still seen."
Okay.
But the rest of the party doesn't see you, at least. She just looks in your face and goes, "You call me here. You got Bastion over there serving a fucking death snake, which I'm not allowed to fuck with him, because apparently he's worshipping some fucking god of these red puny orcs. I don't know what the fuck the cat is. And you bring a fucking Thri-kreen, the bastards who are known for hunting dragons. What are you thinking?"
To be honest, I don't even think he knows that.
I don't care if he's an idiot. You're an idiot. How are you still alive? Shut up, cat, slime. I don't know what the fuck you are.
Aww.
You know what? I like this Zeppelin. Who's the owner of this Zeppelin?
Wait, the workforce? You can't mess.
It's his.
She turns to look at Bastion and goes, "Oh, you're strong."
Yeah.
You know what? I like you. You're gonna serve me. You're gonna give me that necklace, and I'm gonna give you a gift. As she points to the necklace of Ashramar.
Huh.
And this isn't really a negotiation. See, if you don't, I blow up the ship, or I just forcibly take it. You don't really get a choice.
Weird.
She looks at Tick-Trick and goes, "What did you just say, you insignificant bug? You know, I don't think you're really a good party member for my little chosen hero here. Maybe I should just toss you off the boat and see if you fly. You one of the flying Thri-kreens?
No.
No? We should find out. Let me,
No.
She pulls out, she starts grabbing a bag of holding, and she pulls out two, harpy wings.
I'm running.
Cause he won't be able...
She looks around and goes, I mean, if I just kind of shove these into his back what are they called at that point? What's the centerpiece of them? I don't care. His exoskeleton. If I shove him in, you think he'll be able to use him? I feel like he will. Come here, little Thrycreen.
Like
I'm
just
ready.
stiff the wings.
As she just turns and walks out and follows the Tick Trick out around the boat.
I want to follow. Yay!
Oh God.
She finally starts moving faster and faster, and she finally catches up to Tick Trick, grabbing him. Tick Trick, you can make a strength saving throw if you'd like to try and break her grip.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll try.
Isn't family delightful?
She
15.
looks
I'm
back
sure
at
that did
Durmar
nothing.
and goes, "You don't get to talk. You are grabbed."
Aw.
I want wings. I want wings.
She pulls you towards her. So if I shove it, she ignores Centauri, doesn't even pay attention to him, kind of like shooing him away with her foot. If I shove these into you, you think you can use them?
What are you?
She holds up the 2 harpy wings now.
I don't know. Probably not.
You know what? And she turns you around and gets ready to slam them down.
Can I dive for him and turn him into gas?
Turn him?
What?
Turn Tick Trick into gas?
The spell at higher levels targets more people than just me.
You can, but you might cause him to psychologically break, because you are turning him from a solid being into a gas.
You're probably right.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you can. Yeah, I'm not going to say no. I'm just letting you know that this will have consequences.
I think because I know Soul Reese's use the spell all the time.
Yeah.
Tick Trick, just let it happen.
What do you want
Just-
your odds as? Do you want wings shoved in you, or do you want to turn into gas for a little while?
Just
Do
let
you
it
do this or
happen.
not?
Tick
It's
Trick.
not up to me if you do it or not.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
Kentari doesn't know.
Close your
but
eyes.
No.
Kentari will try.
Alright.
You will try. Do I know you're doing it?
You-
Because I can.
You see me charging at you.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're pretty. I don't.
As you
Mm,
charge,
I'm-
she's going to use a legendary action and just swat at you with one of the wings, Centauri, and watches as they melt into you. As she's just gonna
Yeah!
stop and kind of look and go, huh. And she tosses the wings into Centauri.
Oh,
As
cool.
as they just melt and dissolve. Yes, interesting. Alright, and she lets go of Tick Trick and walks back over to Bastion, walking through the door, now destroying the door completely again. And as she walks up to Bastion, she goes, "So, you're my champion, take the necklace off."
What is this gift I get out of it?
Well, I'm gonna let you live, and I'm not gonna eat or kill all your friends, especially Durmar.
Thanks, cuz.
She
And,
flips you off.
Thanks, cuz.
Being your champion, what do I get out of it?
To live. I mean, really, can you ask for anything more than serving a great worm? I am a cataclysm on this world. I am a force of nature. Truly, I am the hype. I am the reason
Yeah,
this world will end.
Yeah, I already told one to kick rocks.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. That one, he's just a glorified forge. You stick a piece of iron up his ass and out pops a sword. Me, I eat cities. Did you hear about what happened to the Tabaxi capital?
Did we?
You can roll a history check to see if you've heard anything.
I want to eat cities. That sounds awesome.
That is a 23 after proficiency.
Jesus.
Nope, I don't remember that.
She just looks over at Durmar and goes,
Not
"Of
in
course
the
you
room
don't know
anymore."
anything." She looks back at Bastion. "But my champion is a glorious genius here."
Don't worry, this
It's
slime
all-
knows.
She looks down at the Centauri and goes, "Aw, and you've got a pet. See, I knew you'd be a good champion. You already are basking in my glory." She goes, "Now listen, I ate an entire city." Now, so the history you get off this, yeah. The Tabaxi were recently completely wiped out. Like, their entire capital was melted to the ground by a horde of dragons, numbering in the thousands. It's never been seen before that a Great Worm has had this much of a following.
You said absorbing an item takes a while, right?
Yes. The
Yeah.
necklace has not absorbed yet. So she just continues to stare at Bastion, waiting for an answer.
don't
Yeah.
really see what I get out of this exchange.
You get to bask in my glory. Truly, I mean, ask my cousin. I am truly glorious as she walks over to Durmar, picks him up, and brings him over.
Can I become a tiny version of her and start following her around?
You can. As you transform, she looks down and goes, "You're off the hook." She looks down at Centauri and goes, "I like you. You're coming with me."
Yay!
Wow, my
Can I-
son legit just drops me that quick.
She looks over
Can I
at
offer you? I'm gonna go up and offer the cool book as a peace offering.
As you walk over and Durmar makes that comment, she just looks over at Durmar and goes, "You know, you're not really good at being a whole dragon thing. Would you like me to just turn you into a dragonborn so you can act like the lesser being you like to be? Like, is that..."
I'd rather not. It's just that you know what my natural form looks like. This is actually better than that.
I know, you're kind of tiny and pathetic. There are
Yeah.
wordlings that are bigger than you.
I know.
Wait,
Hey.
you're really small.
Yeah.
Durmar?
Yes,
You're
you've
smaller than
seen
that?
me, Tick-Trick.
Seen him
Oh
fight-
yeah, you're right.
She turns to Tick-Trick and goes, and kind of pats Tick-Trick on the shoulder, kind of shoving you forward slightly with her strength. And she goes, "Yeah, he's like a house cat. You know, the scariest, one of the oldest dragons left alive today, and he's a house cat. He couldn't even burn down a candle if he tried. We watched."
Can I point at Durmar and say cute?
She goes, "Look, even your slime gets it. Like, you know, I don't know how you're traveling with a servant of Ashimar, one of like the only scary things left right now in the world, and a sentient slime, and one of the Thrycreen. Like, how the hell did you get this lucky? Are you just hiring them on as bodyguards because you're too tiny?"
Doctor-
I found the slime outside of Dragon's Gate around that area,
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
I kind of met these two along the way.
Yeah, they didn't just
Dragaria,
save you.
Firewind. Can
I,
you want to read this cool book I got at the library?
She looks at the book and goes, "No, thank you. I'm good."
Okay.
I salute and say sentient power-eating slime.
Listen, I spent most of my life running away from people because my parts are worth more than yours. All right, so give me a fucking break.
You know, sweetheart, that's not true. You ever been to an orcish brothel? Trust me, I'm worth more. She kind of swooshes her
Oh,
hair.
you're worth more than a bowl of soup? Okay,
They have good broth there.
She looks at us and says, "Is that what those are? I was wondering why they weren't sleeping with anyone there, and no one would sleep with me."
Good soup.
She looks about and goes, "Anyways," as she starts petting Centauri, shoving him into the ground harder and harder. She's not meaning to, she just doesn't know her
I
own
mean,
strength.
I think he's reforming. It's not an issue.
She looks at Bastion, though, and looks back and says, "So, you're the party leader, I assume, of this little group."
I am.
Good man. I like that. I like an assertive gentleman, you know? You should really make sure the cat dragon here," as she points back to Durmar, you don't want to keep him around too long. He won't be very useful to you. In fact, he's the smallest of all the family, in all honesty. And he summons me here. The only thing he's good at, he can summon any of us around, and it's a problem. You know, if you could do us all a favor and throw him overboard, chop his wings off, that'd be great. But, you know, he's the oldest dragon, so he gets the fucking ability to summon us when he wants. Even me. It's fucking useless.
Do that, Durmar?
What?
She looks over at Durmar and goes, "Did you forget?"
Listen, I've been around a long time. My memories are going away. I'm trying to find my memories. All right, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing.
She looks back at Tick-Trick and goes, he is the dumbest of all the dragons, I'm gonna be honest. Lowest
Yeah, you
intelligence.
can't even learn giant.
Really? He did...
No.
She looks back. We fought giants!
I
I
thought talking to learn
forgot the
giant.
language. It's been hundreds of years.
She looks
I don't know how he managed to teach it to me
I-
without knowing himself.
Wow, it's truly impressive. What was your name again, Warforge?
Bastion.
Bastion. Like the Ashen Bastion?
Correct.
Hey, you know where that hammer is? It'd be a nice thing to add to my collection. I've got a little spot picked out for it.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. So why did you summon me here, Durmar?
Because Bastion had a vision of you about to take the Orcish capital.
You had a vision of me. I'm sorry to say, but Warforged aren't really compatible, so I appreciate that, though.
What does compatible mean?
Not that kind of vision.
Oh, well,
Tick-Trick.
yeah, it's okay. You can feel embarrassed. And she looks down at Tick-Trick and just smiles. She goes, alright, so you had a vision of me. Congrats. I am a vision in its own right. I do bring awe into many cities, and when they're not in awe, they're dead.
She is pretty cool. I will say that much.
She looks down at Duramar again, and she goes, "So, am I free to go, or did you need something?"
Unless you have some of my lost knowledge, I am truly sorry that I brought you here.
She looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I have some of your lost knowledge, and, let me help you out." And she picks you up with
Oh,
ease,
God.
and walks over to the edge of the boat and goes, "So here's the knowledge I want you to remember, and let's go."
I know how to fly!
She
If
just
you
starts
burn-
laughing. Huh?
If you burn a city, can I eat the bodies?
I don't think there'll be any bodies left, man.
By the way, do you want me to catch? Should I catch him, or do you care if I just let him splat?
Don't worry, I'm gonna fly back up in my
think you can fly.
fairy form.
As he turns into a square giant form, the wings start fluttering at a really high rate to catch up. He finally makes up.
Listen here, you pieces of shit! Fuck you!
Oh my god, he really is small.
Now that's Uncle Duramar. There we go. And she goes, "That's who we've been waiting for." He doesn't have any of his pride when he's in that terrible form. Why choose a dragonborn? She just grabs you and pulls you back onto the boat, Duramar.
Listen, it's a lot easier to hide amongst the masses as the purple dragonborn, the guy that don't ask questions.
She nods. Try not to laugh at you. Oh, well, now that we have a house cat, if you don't need anything, I'll be on my way. Cities to burn, people to kill, warforged to eat.
See you at the next reunion.
Yeah, don't summon me again. And
When are the next when is
she
next reunion?
vanishes
Bye-bye.
into a little fireball that explodes out. You wanted
God,
this.
Well,
Fucking damn it.
that was
Dermar, you're really small.
I'm going to destroy you.
I've been claimed as a pet, so that was interesting.
I heard pets aren't very good. I didn't like being called a pet.
I mean, you look, I'm still a tiny version of her.
Oh, man.
Fuck you.
You are the Mushu of the family. Alright. Yeah, as she vanishes, the ship is almost... you can see the city on the horizon as you lot continue. Bastion, is there anything you want to do besides, maybe fix your door that's now on the floor and, torn into splinters?
I was just gonna try and see if I could finish absorbing that amulet so
Yeah.
that it can't be taken off of me.
Yeah, after, so as you lot kind of as the ship starts to slow down and start going down and descending onto the ground, the necklace does eventually disappear, except instead of fully vanishing into your body, like previous items have, this one does leave an effect. Let me pull up the document real quick. Yes, so, the red jade center in the center of it, with the drawing of the red and black Yuan-Ti male spitting, is still able to be easily seen on your, chest. But the necklace absorbs in, and the gem is not able to be removed as you kind of move it, or touch it with your finger. It doesn't move at all. It's stuck in you.
I figured it was kind of like a chest tap.
Basically, yeah. As you guys come to a landing outside the forest, as you're able to come down, finally letting the ship repair itself and turning off the ship, you land right in front of the big bridge, the main bridge over into the city of Stormshold, and before you stands, oh lord, I forgot about the description here, a fully, just wooden, broken down walls, where you can clearly see marks of battle, spells that have been launched at these walls. Some of the palisades itself, which is what a wooden wall is called for reference.
Yeah.
That's the short. The wall's only 15 feet off the ground. Some of them, the logs are missing out of the wall completely. Some are burnt all the way down to where you could literally step over them as stumps. The guards at the gate are completely busted up black orcs that look like they've just been in a bar fight. They're black eyes, swollen jaws, a couple bleak cuts here and there. And you see some red orcs walking around in nothing but loincloths. These red orcs, of course, stand a lot taller, about 2 to 3 feet taller than the typical black or green orcs that stand around 5 to 6 feet. And as these red orcs are walking around yelling, you hear them yelling in Orcish, telling the smaller orcs to work faster. But as you lot walk across the bridge, one of the black orcs comes up to you and through a swollen mouth goes, you part... He continues to try and speak, not understanding any of it, as his mouth is just so bust up. And finally a red orc, noticing what's going on, kind of comes walking over to you guys, just rippling, big, like, massive dude standing at 7 feet tall. Well, massive in perspective here. Let me pull up the picture real quick. But yeah, one sec. Let me find that.
I'm gonna casually go back to cat form. I'd rather not look at this like 2 foot tall female thing.
Fair.
That's weird.
Alright, yes, okay. Let me just find my picture. So yeah, as this red orc kind of walks over to, or waddles over to you a lot, he, carrying this large toothy sword, he looks you up and down, and just for a moment, you know, as you see all the scars and tattoos on him, but he's wearing nothing other than his loincloth and this giant greatsword on his back, 2 large tusks protruding from his mouth, and he looks down at you all, because I don't think, Bastion, you're 6 foot, right?
I am, 6 foot.
Okay. Yeah, so he looks down on you and looks down at Bastion and goes, Is that the legendary Bastion, the one and only?
Notorious.
Depends on who's asking.
And he goes, let me introduce myself. I'm Welf Jr. How you doing? No relation to the king, don't worry. My mother named me after him. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of yours, though. I heard all about how you took on Greg the Bloodthirsty in, like, one-on-one combat and bested him. Like, holy hell, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, it was quite the battle.
He looks at you and goes, you're welcome at any tavern or bar or any inn here free of charge. I want to let you know you are well known around here and respected. Who are your compatriots here? And he looks he looks down and goes, Is that the Dragonborn known formerly as Torin? I don't know. I've heard that he was traveling. Y'all look the same. No offense.
My name is Duramar.
Hey, you related? Are your normal color gold?
No.
Okay. Looks down at the cat and looks ignores it and looks back up at the Thri-kreen and goes, "Huh, cool. I think Bastion walked away for a second. Oh no.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Alexander, Bastion goes, "How can we help you? How may we be of assistance to you today?"
Well, we have a couple stops we needed to make, I believe. We were looking for the library around here.
You'll find that in the next to the Royal Palace. It's the only place not burnt down. It's pretty easy to spot.
And then
Nice.
Was the paladin I was looking for in the palace as well?
Yes, supposedly. They supposedly worked as either a guard or a royal guard.
And then I'm looking for some kind of guard, maybe royal guard, paladin.
Yeah, we got someone, Goblin, yay high, as he, like, leans over and, like, puts his hand down to Centauri's height.
This one specializes in necromancy.
Oh, you want the other Goblin. Got you. Yeah, his name's Phil. At least that's what we keep calling him. No one remembers his name because he doesn't, he talks, but no one understands him. Yeah, he speaks that, what do you call it? That smart language. He looks at you for a minute, and then now looks up at the sky. I can't remember what the hell it's called. It's one of them smart people languages, though.
I'll go ahead and go through my languages, I guess, to see if it'll jog his memories. Draconic, Dwarvish, Sylvan.
The next thing he goes, I've never heard anybody sing to me. Thank you. I respect your culture, not my thing. I don't know if this is some kind of mating ritual, but I think you're a little too tiny for me. And he breaks out with a big toothy smile and starts laughing.
Is this called romance?
No, this is just not my day.
He looks at Durmar and goes, "I'm just giving you shit, my man. No, it's not Sylvan. I have a cousin who's a druid. Don't worry." Yeah, I can take you down to meet up with Phil. If you speak his language, he might let you in. I don't know. He
Is
knows.
it giant?
I doubt it. Giant's usually not considered a smart people language. It's typically a primal language. He looks at you and goes, "Never seen a talking bug. Do you taste good?"
What? I think
You
yes.
might.
What's a druid?
I do taste good.
He looks at Ticktrick, nods, and looks down at Centauri and goes, "Druid. Think person who communes with nature. He likes
And
animals."
person.
And he looks back at Bastion and goes, "All right, yeah, you need an escort through the town? I mean, the boys are rowdy right now, and the city's only been recently sacked, so..."
Sure, yeah, we can go see Phil.
He looks at you, nods, and says, "Oh, and whatever you do, don't buy the bag of chocolates that's being sold around the city. There's a whole gag on whoever can get the bag of chocolates outside of the city wins the game, and if you buy it and leave, that's a whole problem." Yeah, you don't want to know, all right? Listen, if you
What's
don't
chocolate?
know,
Magic chocolates?
he looks at Ticktrick.
Centauri, not food.
Sounds like food.
I don't think cats can eat chocolate. As he looks over at Durmar and Bastion again, ignoring.
He's more than just a
I mean,
cat.
he ate some harpy wings, so
I mean, who doesn't enjoy a good harpy? As he starts walking you through
I
the
didn't
city,
get to eat it.
Throw harpoons out of my back. Walking.
he looks at you and goes, "No, I'm good, but I appreciate it. We're not allowed to eat it around here. Apparently, we're not allowed to eat monsters anymore. God forbid."
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, apparently they're bad for the stomach. Yeah. Our king has emperor now, has us all on a flippin' strict militaristic diet. You know, we have to train. He opened this thing called a gym. I still don't understand what it is.
What the fuck is that?
We're told we have to go lift heavy things every day for a few hours and run.
It's weird.
Yeah. But, you know, the boys seem to enjoy the competition. I don't know. As he walks, continues
Maybe we
to
should
walk
go
you
visit
through.
this gym. This sounds fun.
As you say this, you
And
see like
new.
a little group of 20 really overweight-looking orcs running at the like sweating as some really fit dude is running in front of them, yelling at them in orcish to run faster, while like smacking a whip in the background. And as you look around, the town is like half fallen apart. You can definitely tell the city has recently seen a massive siege. There are buildings with their roofs caved in. People are living out on the streets right now, like building up the houses. A lot of the infrastructure is being repaired as you're walking through. Not many injuries though as you're looking about. And you know, he continues to walk you through, making small conversation, and finally comes to it and says, "All right, so you're here just to meet the guard, or this royal guard? Like, nothing else?"
Well, I'm here for the library, of course.
I gotta return my cool book.
He
I heard you're
nods.
supposed to do that.
Yeah, not many readers out here, so I wouldn't worry about it. If you ever want to check it out again, you'll probably be able to find it easy. Y'all ain't here for anything else? You know, meet the Emperor. I know a lot of adventurers been coming around here trying to seek his help.
We need money.
Money. Hey, you come to the right town. We got odd jobs left and right. We got black monster thingies. I don't know what they're called. I think they're like bugs that are like building a nest somewhere nearby.
Big
Ah,
fight.
Chick Trick. We can kill the black people of your race.
I am black.
What guilds are around?
He looks at you and just kind of ignores everything and looks over at Bastion and goes, yes, there is an adventuring guild. We have an adventuring guild here. We have a drinking guild here. We have a military guild here.
Is the adventuring, is that either Burnt Bones, Crimson Talon, anything like that?
He looks at you and goes, we got the Crimson Talon here that's got a small group, but they're not associated with the originals. They were originally one of them's part of a small group that tried to come here to set up an extension of the Crimson Talon way back when, before they got attacked by the previous Emperor. We got a couple. We got a drinking guild, the Burgundy Beards. You probably heard of them. They're pretty famous. The only dwarves that don't bow to the armies of the House of Zarius. They have a big thing for like hunting rare ingredients for making alcohol. The Crimson Talon Guild here is ran by a Well, he was a worshiper of a kraken at one point. I think he's a human. I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you. He had a boar friend. He likes to talk about this boar called Robert a lot and tell stories about the thing. He's got a buddy. What's his name? He's pretty famous. He's an old elf, old horny elf. What's his name? He continues to walk, and as he's walking towards the palace, and you see what you think is would be a palace of a well-known and well, not well-known, but a very wealthy nation, which the orcs being filled with nothing but resources recently, and being unified, are very, very resource wealthy. But you see this like wooden long hall that's like half blown up, and you can just hear people yelling as random pieces of furniture and other things come flying out of the hole in the roof. That's just made of simple dried hay and moss. He as he's walking, he goes, "Yeah, there are two of them. I guess they came here. One's really famous. The other was supposedly like a brother or something like that to the god of death. I don't know." Anyways, as he walks up to the palace itself, and opens the doors, and you see as this grand hall opens up, a long wood table, plates being thrown, pieces of meat being grabbed, and people fighting and beating each other up, drinks being had. He goes, "Welcome to Red Orc hospitality."
I'm gonna go to that library now.
My,
What was that, Centauri?
this is my kind of hospitality.
I will go return my book with Duramar.
It goes, the library's right next door, and you see the building that's got it's an actual marble building, looks like an actual proper governmental style building. But the sign that said library on it, the gold lettering that was on there, all of it's gone, and it looks like it's been torn out by knives and other things, and hammers that have broken it. Now there's just a wooden sign with half of the tilting, and it's spelled Library.
Library.
No, it's Barry.
Well, and Madeline goes, you lot have good time. I'll introduce your friends here to, or your friend here to, his emperorship. Centauri,
Yep.
Are you following Bastion, or are you going with Duramar and Tiktrick?
I think we should at least be in groups of two. I'll be with Bastion.
Okay. Wealth Jr. then we're going to start with Centauri and Bastion. So as you lot are kind of ushered in as Duramar and Tiktrick kind of start walking off, he brings you in, a couple of knives go flying by your head. One of the Red Orcs yelling in giant, screaming about how, the old tongue is better and the old ways were better. We're not supposed to be peaceful anymore. And you see at the other end of the table, this just really massive Red Orc that he dwarfs even the other orcs, standing again around 8 feet. Wide chest, massive muscles, and you can feel the magic coming off his sword that he has sheathed on his back as he's sitting there just drinking a glass of ale alongside a female Red Orc that, again, another very muscular female that seems to come out every once in a while, grab him drinks, seems to eat and discuss, and then goes back into one of the other rooms. And as Wealth Jr. walks you up, he goes, Your emperorship, let me introduce you to... And he looks down and goes, Bastion, and I didn't catch the cat's name. It talks, though. And he kind of bows and then walks off. And
Nice to meet you.
And looks at you and goes, Huh. Have we ever met before?
You can't say that we have.
He nods and goes, It's rare I get guests. And he looks down at Centauri and goes, Talking cat? No, you must be a Fellis, I assume.
Looking for monsters to eat.
You've come to the right place. He looks up at Bastion once more and goes, How may I help you? You've kind of come at a bad time, as you can kind of see. Go ahead.
I'm looking for a guard. They said his name was Phil.
He kind of just smiles at that, and he sets down his skull on the table and goes, Well, this was Phil.
Oh.
And he looks around and he goes, All that damage you saw? And he taps the skull. bastard thought he could take over my throne by convincing a few of my loyal generals to work with him. Didn't work out real well. And he points to the side, to one of the walls where you see a bunch of freshly chopped red orc heads, like being displayed as mounted heads on the wall.
Do you know anybody that could teach me, necromancy?
The concept of wizards or clerical?
Paladin.
Paladin? I have an old paladin teacher. He's not a paladin anymore, but he serves under me. He's actually stuck with me. He's sworn to me, if you will. He owed me a favor, let's put it. He can teach you anything you want to know. He can teach you how to be a proper paladin, necromancy, divine magic, whatever you want to learn. He is a little bit rougher, though. Yes, Centauri?
What?
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something, my bad.
Rough doesn't bother me in the least bit.
He nods and says, probably take you about a month or two to learn the full skills, but he's a good teacher. He's got a son and a daughter that learned well from him. Besides that, anything else I can do for you?
Nothing that I can think of at the moment.
He nods and goes, you an adventurer of some sort?
Yeah, me and the rest of our group.
He nods. Come back to me when you feel ready. I have a quest I could use, and I'm too busy at this point to take it on.
Our other members are at the library. Let me get with them, and we'll come back and see what you got.
He stands up and holds out his massive arm. You see the forearm bulging out and waits for you to grasp his hand.
I will shake his hand.
He grabs your hand, pulls you in, and slams you on the back. And it's a little slight comment you hear, "Don't trust the chocolates." And then he kind of lets you go.
What?
And he just kind of gives you a big fucking
chocolate.
smile. What's up?
Can I cock my head and say a hand-to-hand teacher? And do little punches?
He looks up at Bastion with a little bit of confusion and goes, "Does your fellas want to learn how to be a monk?"
I'll be the elven form.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he already has learned a little bit, but any help he could get, I'm sure, would go a long way. He's still young.
Tell him to hit up the taverns. Brawls happen there all the time. Best place to get combat training is to go fight in a bar.
Are you gonna be upset if your people have acid burns? Because
Listen, they want to challenge him and they can't tell what he is. I don't care what happens. Just don't be blowing up any buildings. And make sure they're okay with fighting him. I don't want anybody being goaded into a fight that they're an idiot for. I'm all for fair competition, but there are a lot of guys around here that think they're tough, and if they don't know about him being able to hit with acid, whether it's a spell or not, they're gonna be stupid enough to cause problems. So make sure they know, and I don't care.
Wouldn't my feet be burning the floor at all times?
Your feet aren't burning this floor, as you've noticed.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, if you need anything else, or if you're interested in a quest, come find me. Looks like I have a lot of work to do if you don't mind. And as one of the Red Orcs stands up and starts yelling in Giant, along the lines, no one being able to understand, but just for context,
Centauri can understand.
Yeah, sure, Centauri can understand. He can't speak it. You hear him yelling about, we should not be letting new people into this non-orcish. We should turn them all into slaves and conquer the world. And you just see his Welf just glares, and this scarred, muscular Red Orc warrior just kind of sinks down into his chair as Welf glares at him.
I'm just calling man's name. I was like, "What's a slave?" He's like, "Break the lady."
Yeah, as y'all are working away. Okay. Yeah, as you head out, Bastion, you see as there is a man waiting for you outside, and we will come back to that in a moment. because that's a big surprise here in a sec. Okay, Duramar and Tiktrick, as you go walking off towards the library, you finally... It's a 5-minute walk. It's a little further than you're expecting. All dirt road. A few red orcs kind of point and laugh at you a lot. You catch on if you speak Orcish. They're laughing about the fact that you guys are small compared to them. Just because you're shorter than they are.
And he's 5'11", so he's not entirely short, but I assume they're pretty tall.
Red orcs on average are 7 to 8 feet tall.
Okay.
You are what would be considered tall for a black or green orc.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they though you see black and green orcs like in chains being kind of led around.
Kilxius was short for an orc.
He was, but he was also a magic caster focus, so it made kind of sense.
That's true.
He was a brainy man. But yeah, no. As you kind of go walking into the library, you finally come up to the marble building that's kind of broken down. The door's kind of hanging off the hinges, and you walk in. You see this tiny red orc at 4 feet tall, who's like about 100 maybe 10 pounds, wearing full robes, walking around with staff, looking very young, little glasses on, little reader glasses on, holding a book, and he turns and starts speaking in Orcish. Do either of you speak Orcish?
Nope.
I don't.
So he starts speaking and waits for you to respond.
Hi, orc
Common.
person.
You thought you were slaves. Apologies. Not common
What's
that
a
we
slave?
get. He looks at Tiktrick and just stops and goes, kind of starts digging in his robe and hands you a small little book, and it reads How to Be a Slave in Common.
Oh, a new book.
On the house. He looks back at Duramar and goes, yeah, I do speak some Common. My Common is limited, mostly to
Giant?
just enough to explain this.
Draconic, maybe?
He starts speaking in Orcish again.
Do you know Giant?
He looks over at you and starts speaking in Giant roughly, and he goes, I know a little bit, not much.
Better than common, or...
And he starts speaking Orcish again, shaking his head no.
Okay. Well, we could stick with common then.
He looks, and he nods and says...
He said he only knew enough common to explain it.
Yeah. He nods and goes, and he goes, you see him go, turn around, like holds up a finger, turns around for a second, starts going over to the desk, he starts digging through something, puts on, grabs a little, like, a bracelet and puts it on and goes, okay, now, there we go. He starts speaking in perfect common and goes, how may I help you?
Alright, he's here to return a book. I'm here because I'm seeking information.
He takes the book. Oh, the coolest book. Got it.
Yes.
And he puts it down on his desk and goes, and you're seeking what kind of knowledge, my young friend?
So, there's some knowledge that I'm seeking that is said to be in some long-lost shrine to the Orcish gods in the Storming Empire. And seeing as it's long-lost, might be kind of hard to find. I'm wondering if there's any record of a gathering place to worship all of the orc gods, or at least a majority of them.
I mean, you're looking at a time back before the orcs even split, probably. I mean, you've got... he kind of starts counting in his head, 3, 4, like 5 orc species. A place where all the orc gods would have worshipped. That... I wouldn't even have an idea where to start with that. The closest thing I know of any, like, ancient worshipping would be probably to the far north. There's a mountain, big icy mountain there. There's a cave inside the mountain. You'll find, like, polar bears are pretty common around the area. There's a tiny village that's well known for its hot springs in the area. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's far to the north you'd have to head. That would be inside that mountain. You might be able to find one of the older shrines. I know there's a druid that serves there that's much older and knows a lot more about the orc histories.
All right, that's good. By the way, cool book. The incantation on the back is reversed. You need to reverse it for it to actually work.
He pops it open and he looks at it and goes, "Oh." And he looks up at
Wait.
you, looks up at Tickdrick, and then looks back at the book, and then looks at Duramore and goes, and he pulls the page out. The page was like actually torn out and just shoved into it. No one noticed. And he flips it over and goes, "Yeah, no, that makes sense."
Wait, I read that wrong. I read the book wrong.
Don't worry about it, buddy. You weren't meant to read it right.
He's having a mental crisis now. You read the book wrong.
Listen, I'm just glad you know how to read something.
Hey, by the way,
Wow!
what's your best book?
He looks at you and goes, "It depends. What are you interested in?"
No, I want the best book.
But there's no such thing.
What species, what race are you?" He looks at you.
Thrycreen.
Best way to dig holes.
He thinks for a minute and says, "I have a
I
history
know how to do
book
that, Jeremiah.
on the Thrycreen, probably somewhere in the old tomes." Well,
Okay.
would that count for a best book? Is that in your interest?
Mm,
Or are you thinking
Sure.
more practical, like usage? Or you know,
oh, usage. Yeah, I like using things.
he nods. He goes, You know what? Let me look for you. I'll if you're gonna be in town, come visit me tomorrow. I might have something for you.
Okay.
He nods. It's gonna take me a little bit. You a magic caster, or are you more like a stabby kind of guy?
Oh, I stab things.
He looks and goes, and he nods and goes, "My cousin stabs things a lot too. It's okay." Let me find something. I think I have a book on how to on knives. It's really important. Written by an older tabaxi researcher. Really good book. Studies all the legendary knives of the world. Yes, let me see if I can find it.
But do you also have
Different.
anything for magic casters?
Let's see. He pulls out a book, Magic Casting 101. Pulls out another one, Magic Casting for Idiots. Magic Casting for Red Orcs and Idiots. Pulls out.
Could I learn how to cast magic, do you think?
Huh?
Do you think I could learn to cast magic?
Best we don't do that.
He looks up
Why?
and goes, "Yeah, technically anybody can learn magic." And he goes back to flipping through some books and goes, Magics of the Ancient Dwarves, Magic of the Dragons,
Oh, that sounds fun.
Exploding Acids. Oh, what? Sorry?
Really fun.
Definitely. If I could take a look at the dwarven magic and the dragon magic, that'd be nice.
He nods
Wow.
and goes, "Okay, yeah, I got you." And he kind of pulls them all out of the stack and sets them down. They are thick books, and as you go walking up to him, and he goes, "By the way, they grow once you've gotten accustomed to them."
I like knowledge.
Well, I mean, he looks and he goes, "You know what? You'll figure it out." And he goes, "Yeah, I should be able to find." He looks and he goes, I should be able to find though a good book on stabbing and killing things proper with different ways. We've got a really good book on how to cut up any sort of monster and make an appetizing meal out of. My
You know
favorite.
what?
Have you ever
That
had
would be
slime
interesting.
cakes? Slime cakes are delicious.
Wait, whoa.
Oh, please tell me more.
He looks at Tectric. Yeah, so my mother used to make these. Back when I was growing up in the Red Orc lands, there was this. We had a small farm of slimes, non-sentient, just some things that we dug up in some of the dungeons. And we bred them, and what you do is you cut off slices of their gelatinous form, ones that aren't dangerous. You have to breed them specific ways, and you can turn them into actually sweet treats. A little bit of jam on it goes a long way, and they're very high in protein.
Huh.
So this
Do you
book
think
tells you
sentient
how.
slimes would taste better?
He looks at you and says, "Sorry, what was that?"
Do you think sentient slimes would taste better?
Well, I don't eat many creatures that can acknowledge me most of the time, just out of a respect for the form of nature. But, no, theoretically, they should taste the same.
Oh, okay.
And he looks over at Darmar, and you were saying? Sorry?
Yeah, no problem. So this book tells you how to, essentially take apart these monsters.
Yes, in a cooking sense. Are you interested? Is that something that catches your fancy?
I can modify that. Yeah.
He nods and goes, "Would you all like a room in the upper floors of the library? We're currently offering adventurers who are coming by to stay, just because of the fact that anything to add to the manpower temporarily while we're dealing with things. Emperor Welf is still kind of taking control of the territories, so
Yeah. No, yeah, I would love a room here. I gotta go fetch the rest of the books that I have on our Zeppelin.
He nods and goes,
Or airship.
And he goes, well, then you have a great day. I'll send the books up, and I'll have a room ready for you and your party when you arrive.
Great, thank you so much.
Thanks, orc person.
He nods and says, thank you for coming by. And he goes back to working, as he kind of starts going back to flipping through some books, takes off the little bracelet, sets it on the counter for himself. And he goes back to flipping through the books overall. As you lot head out, you see as Bastion and Centauri are coming out, and Bastion, as you walk out, you see this human. This one I actually have a picture of, because this is a really well-known character in the world.
Zilpip.
Yeah. He's gonna go learn how to be a paladin from Zopip. That will go just as well as you're hoping it will. I'm gonna be honest with you. There we go. Out walks this old man. Oops. And as he comes up with his shield and little sword on the side and fully like armored to the teeth, he looks out and goes, "All right, which one of you?" And he pulls out a piece of paper and says, "Is Bastion the Can?"
I'm Bastion.
Nice to meet you. Name's Nazarick.
I take it you are the paladin I was told about.
I mean, I know I can fight like a paladin. I don't have any divine power. Not many people have divine powers these days. Most people just go on the warlock route these days. At one time, I served as a person that many paladins came to and looked to training.
I'm not looking for divine.
He looks and he goes, "I didn't offer him divine training. I just beat the living crap out of them until they became strong enough to fight back."
I'm looking for necromancy.
Alright. Yeah, I can teach you some necromantic magics. My son will educate you more than that. I'll teach you in the ways on how to fight like a paladin. And he looks and he goes, "You a fan?" As he kind of looks you up now. This guy's only like 5'6", so he's a lot shorter. And he looks you up and down and looks at Centauri, who's still in elf form, I assume?
Yep, elf child.
Oh, it looks at you both and goes, "I should be able to teach you both pretty easily. May take a couple weeks. Are you either of you a fan of the shield and sword combo, or what kind of weapons you work with?"
I kind of tap my fists together.
Okay, so monk-styled fighter. All right, got you. Good. And you, Bastion?
I'm more of a two-handed fighting guy.
Two weapons or like big weapon?
Yeah,
Oh,
two weapons.
all right. Do you need your gear enchanted as well while you're here, or do you already got some magic items? Because I'm gonna be honest, as a paladin, your ability, you're gonna need some magical stuff.
Gloves that make me not melt things.
Okay.
I'm keeping my daggers in my bag of holding for now, so I just kind of tapped the Acts of Charities on my side, and I'm like, they're magical.
He looks, okay, perfect. Want to make sure, because, fighting monsters these days, everything's got resistance. Jesus, it's impossible to just smack a monster anymore with a sword. Training gloves for the elf boy. Okay, shouldn't be a problem. I take it, Elven Kid, you are... So you fight with your hands. You need gloves so that way, what, do you have like an acid coating on your hands? Or are your hands enchanted? What's going on?
Entire body, as I slowly lay down, start melting the floor.
I've never seen that one. That's a new one. Alright, so I got two requests. This is the point Duramar and Tick Trick, you walk up. He looks at you a lot and just kind of goes back to paying attention to Bastion and Centauri. He goes, "Alright, I got two rules. One, no throwing me through walls. Two, if you have a sword, like a sword with a lot of teeth, you are not allowed to fight."
I have a thumb.
He nods and goes, "All right, we start your training now." He kind of sets his weapons to the side and goes, "Your first job?" And he looks at Bastion, he looks at Centauri, is, "You're going to go to the graveyard behind the city, and you're going to go dig up a bunch of corpses.
Okay.
And then you're going to fight them, and then you're going to eat them."
Yes. I'm good at this.
I hope you enjoy the taste of jerky, because it won't taste like that in the slightest.
Aha! I can't taste things as I start walking toward the graveyard.
God
I'm
damn.
not sure how I'm going to eat it, but I'll figure it out.
You're not like good. See, I already like your attitude. You've already got a good brain in you compared to the last one. Hey, the last guy, he's like, I don't know how I would ever eat a corpse. I said, well, figure it out. He said, no, and then I threw him through a wall. And he suddenly turns over to Durmar and Tick Trick and goes, "Do you two need something?
We're with them, but yeah.
Corpse eating?
No,
like corpses.
he could go eat corpse. I'm gonna go back. Hey, by the way, in the library we got a room. Just talk to the
Library.
teller.
Not a library.
And Azric looks at you and goes, "You're a Dragonborn, aren't you?"
A little more than that, but same concept.
Disgusting race. Now this character has a reason. Don't worry, I'll tell you afterwards.
I know that was Mike's fault.
No, it isn't. It's not fully just his fault.
I know Mike did some stuff, just partially his fault.
He looks at you and
You're
goes,
just gonna look at Durmar and be like, "Did he insult you?"
You know what? I've been insulted enough today. This is nothing.
He looks back up at Durmar for a moment and goes, "And nothing personal, just, I'm not a fan." Anyways, y'all can go follow your friends over there if you want. They're going to be, as Bastion at this point in Centauri are out of earshot. And he goes, they're going to probably be finding a small minor lich in that graveyard, most likely before they finish up. You might want to go
lich.
assist them.
Here I thought it was gonna be a day of reading books and getting knowledge. All right.
And he goes,
We did read books though.
read books and fight. Good. That's a good plan. I like that idea.
I heard there's a
Multitask.
gym too. Is that good?
He goes,
Trick.
you're getting that training. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
As Durmar starts popping his knuckles.
Oh, can I do that? How many
You
things
don't
can I
have
pop?
knuckles.
No, how many? I've got joints and all sorts of fun things. Can I pop things?
Goddamn, no.
Listen, you don't have internal bones with cartilage. You have external shit.
Yeah, basically.
Your
I'd like
insides
to
are
attempt
goop.
to do so.
Looks at you lot and goes, alright, you've got one goal. You have to survive till the end of tomorrow. If you can manage to do so, as he shouts out to Bastion and Centauri as you guys are walking over outside of the city at this point. And he goes, if you survive till the end of tomorrow, I will give you a gift that will help you on your journey. If you die, well, don't worry, someone else will eat your corpse.
It is all is fair in life. Eating corpses.
As
Using
yeah?
using thaumaturgy, they just hear "Yay!"
As you lot head out to the city, out of the city, and find the graveyard that's just massive, not being able to see the end of it, you can Durmar see the mountain that they were talking about earlier, the massive mountain way off in the distance, which you recognize from your earlier travels when you got teleported there.
Yeah, from where we started.
And where Friend actually, when he was known as Friend, originally went and chased a polar bear into.
Yep, I completely remember that. That's
Yep.
when, as soon as he said polar bears, there's another little orc village with a druid. I'm like, oh, that place.
Yep, and that was the last place I believe we would. No, that actually the dungeon was the last place we'd ever see Bastion's previous life character.
Yep.
We've come full circle.
But he goes, yeah. Once we'll see how you lot do, and I'll come check on you within the day, hopefully. And then he just kind of goes back and walks back into a little hut, and that is where we're ending today's session. Because tomorrow, or next session, we're starting a dungeon run. All right, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's session for some nice little context to the world. Party's getting back into it. Bastion's got his own place now, moved into a house, and we're going to hopefully be able to run full sessions next week. So, we're excited. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.